All right. We are here with Emmara, Voice of the Conclave, another brand spanking new commander. I think there were 5 of them. This is the green-white one. It is a 3-mana 2/3 Convoke. And when it enters the battlefield, it drafts. What does it draft, you say? It drafts all the Convoke things. So like the Impersaur, the O-Ring, the Knight Errant, this thing that doesn't matter, March. This can matter sometimes. Explosive Vegetations with Convoke. A +3/+3 for all your creatures, except it doesn't have trample, and it also taps a bunch of your creatures, so it's kind of weird to do that, but sure. 3/1/1s, so a weird Lingering Souls style thing, and then the Loxodon. Most of these aren't really all that exciting, but the Dinosaur really is. I had more of the draft cards in the deck itself, but it felt like maybe I'm more interested in doing other things instead of like additional copies of these draft cards. Except the really, really good ones, especially Impersaur. I think this one is really good, so I'm running that one. Court of Calling, obviously. So I have Craterhoof and Moonshaker in here with Court of Calling and ways to tutor them, like Druid's Charm and this thing, Primal Command. I can give all of my creatures the ability to tap for mana with Song of Freyalise and Cryptolith, right? Not just the mana dorks. Obviously, they're still in here anyways. What's really interesting is this always comes in on turn 2, or I should say almost always. It would be really ideal to always have a 1-mana card to always cast this on turn 2. And it doesn't have to be a mana dork because it has Convoke, so I can play like, Novice Inspector and still cast this. That's actually really cool. I think that's actually really powerful. So I have Overwhelming Splendor in here with the ways to find it. I have the Pilgrim and Idyllic Tutor just for another way to maybe scam my opponent, especially if I have a ton of smaller creatures that suddenly tap for mana, and then I can just race into it. I think that's kind of funny. I had Hornet Queen in here. It does create tokens and stuff, but it costs 7 mana. It obviously doesn't have Convoke, and I liked it because I have all the flicker effects, because I want to flicker this once it resolves, as your opponent doesn't really have much of an incentive to actually kill it once it resolves, as it doesn't do anything at all once it resolves. So that's very problematic, other than just being a mana dork for Convoke spells. It's just not really that impactful as a creature sitting in play. So the benefit of that is your opponent might not ever really kill it, and that means a lot of your flicker effects might always be online to target it. Obviously, they can kill it in response or whatever, but it's still probably worth trying. I have protection spells, heroic intervention, and the like. Selfless Spirit. I don't even, if there is like a better intervention, I might run it, because anything that is a creature also taps for Convoke and can potentially tap for mana, and that seems more on theme than just protecting my pre-existing stuff, like Selfless Spirit, right? It does exactly that. But I think this is just too good to pass up. There are more of this effect on more expensive cards, but I don't really want to push it past 3, right? It's kind of rough. Boromir is about where I'm going to stop. I don't know if I want like the 4 or 5 mana ones, but like Teferi's Protection or whatever. Adeline is just in here because it's a dumb card and can sometimes just win. It also does create tokens. It actually does do the thing that I like to do anyways, but it can obviously just scam win your opponent. So yeah, that's it. We play Convoke spells. Hopefully we race to something spicy consistently and kill our opponent. I feel confident about this. I don't think it is necessarily a token deck. Token strategies seem to be on the weaker side of, at least in Magic Arena. So I don't think it's like that 1-mana dude that doubles your tokens, Riz the Redeemed, or the Squirrel. I think this is doing its own thing, which I actually do like. So let's see how we do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's roll. It does not actually have a turn 2 Emmara, but I think that's fine. I think I just simply have the time to not really concern myself with that, so. Like, I could just wait. my opponent's deck isn't exactly the fastest, especially if they missed their land drop. Alright, this is actually a really good draw right now. It's actually a really good draw. I guess I will cast this, because convoking, like, countering convoke creatures is not good anyways. Oh, it's green, so they can't counter it because of the shepherd. So it doesn't matter, but... Yeah, that was a really good turn, let me tell you. Oh, wow, and then we got this, too. Alright. I mean, this is exactly what I've been trying to do, so... This is, insane, actually. They can't even counter this. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 14-14 on turn 3. That is disgusting. And then I even have an answer if my opponent tries to scam me with a stupid giant thing or whatever. I actually have an answer to it. Yep. That's awesome. And then play you. And then pass. And then leave up my Conclave Tribunal. Okay, none of these are really exciting. I guess I'll take the surprise overrun. That might do something. Okay, that does not have haste. They put counters on it instead of cloaking it. That's hilarious. Let's see what happens when I play this. Alright, cool. Yep, I get to O-ring the leveler, and then they just take 14 and die. No answer to a 14-14 on turn 3. That is a crazy, or turn 4? Yeah, I think that was turn 4. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, jeez. Alright, I don't hate this. I don't know. Mono blue is interesting for Thassa. I'm sure there's, like, super scary things. Fairy Seer is not really one of them. I'll name Elf with this thing here. Boop. My commander is notably an Elf. Alright, that's a good sign. Put it to your hand, yep. I don't hate this card. I'm never upset when someone unsubstantiates me. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I've never been, like, distraught when it hits me. Alright, Aether Channeler is a literal must-answer threat, so Thassa doesn't just win the game. Let's go get a Temple Garden for Utopia Sprawl. Like that. I guess green again? Well, my hand is mostly white. Let's do that. Let's play you. March is decent. I think I'm more interested in finding more mana, and then I just swords their Aether Channeler when they target it with Thassa. Okay, so Scute Swarm, land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't leave up Reprieve if I want to do something else, but I think this is way too powerful to pass up right now, so I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to cut short a 1/1. Alright, so again, this is mono blue, so it doesn't do too much that I'm really concerned about. Like, okay, you're making some 3/2s. I can definitely beat a bunch of random 3/2s here. My opponent doesn't even flicker it. They'd rather scry, which makes sense. I will swing with my commander. I obviously would like it to die. Never mind. I found a way to circumvent said letting it die thing. This is actually quite nice. Alright, I can't do anything about that, so I guess I reprieve my own spell. And then swing with you. So we're back to hoping our commander dies again. Good. Well, this might surprise kill him, but again, you gotta kind of tap your own creatures to, like, pump them, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's like the antithesis of its own text box, but so be it. Alright, that's another very annoying one. Actually, that's a really annoying one here. That one, not so much. Okay, I don't think I agree with bouncing this, but I mean, you might as well. If you got nothing else to do, I guess it makes sense. Wait, what? Oh, alright, spicy. I like it. I see what they're doing. Okay, you. And I guess I leave up... No, I can't leave it up, so I guess I play this. And at this point, we don't want to have our commander die. We obviously want to flicker it. I guess the Knight Errant, so I can maybe start finding relevant things. We have cut short up as well now. River's Rebuke. Okay, cut short is no longer up. Oh, that's a lot of cards to my hand. I would have flickered the 2/3 so I can, like, put more pressure. But my opponent did not. I guess I try to O-ring... maybe I just don't. Maybe I just don't. Okay, I cast this. And then I O-ring something, just for the sake of it. I mean, there's nothing really scary going on. I'd rather leave up cut short. I think that makes more sense. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so they get their River's Rebuke back, and then we probably get hosed by it next turn. That's all you're blocking? Why didn't you swing with something else? This doesn't give trample, so I don't know if killing Voice of Resurgence makes any sense. Yeah, I can't kill that, so whoop-de-doo. Well, this is stupid. There's no way to prevent myself from getting Rivers Rebuked, I don't think. I can surprise flash this in and survive, right? I can do that. I guess I have to. But then my opponent can do it again. That's the problem. My opponent can just spam this. It's funny, if they gave me the 2 treasures and I had a hard cast spell right now, it would actually be really good. They don't really have an incentive to worry about this because it gets hit by River's Rebuke. Yeah, let's take that out. And then let's play... There's not really anything I can do. Okay, so if I play this, I get the treasures. I don't really want this, right? I actually prefer the treasures here. The token doesn't matter, it dies to River's Rebuke. Yeah, I think we're just going to die to spamming River's Rebuke, because I can't stop the Salvager of Secrets looping it infinitely, so whatever. Whatever. Maybe I should have surprised them in combat. I should have surprised them in combat with my 2/2, and I could have killed the Salvager. Yeah, I just punted that, didn't I? Come on, why did I do that? I really wanted to use my mana, and I just, like, didn't. That was stupid of me. That was stupid of me. Notably, not drawing a land is quite annoying. Let's play you. I have to play the Conclave Tribunal. Again, just like last time. And then we pass. Getting rid of the thing that will never matter, right? Alright, so the River's Rebuke again, and I guess this time I can do it the right way? Assuming I do it the right way. And, okay, yeah. Okay, they actually swung this time, even knowing I could play this, which is kind of funny to me. Okay, so I block here, and then I try to kill this. Okay, so now they're back to scrying or making 3/2s. Surprised they haven't made 3/2s. I feel like I would have died by now. Alright, now they do. This is the wildest game I've played in a while. This is crazy. Okay, so you here. This is free. Green. Can I play this and the ramp spell? I don't want to die. That's the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could easily die if I do that, so maybe I shouldn't do that. This is so irritating. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just too gummed up on my mana. I can't, like, cast everything, because the triple River's Rebuke might just be too much. Well, they drew 3 lands in a row. That's pretty nice. Not too upset with that one, to be honest with you. I do like the Voice of Resurgence token I'm getting. I just have to avoid... Wait, there's a lot of counterspells in your deck. Why are you playing this? That doesn't... It's another deck with Cascade spam that doesn't, that I guess will never hit its own stuff, because of course it won't. Oh, it did. It actually did. It actually did. Look at that. Oh, wait, they can still cast it on the other side, right? Never mind. So it's not as powerful. Okay, so let's play you. Let's play you. 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 Yep. You. And then I don't know if there's anything to O-ring right now. I don't really want to swing. Because, again, I'm kind of in a one-shot style thing here with Moonshaker. Sort of at the one-shot territory. Alright, well, it could have been worse. So you get another Cascade trigger, essentially, with that draw there. And I guess they immediately found something worth cascading. That attack makes no sense. There you go. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait for this. Cool. And I'm dead on board. Fun. Right? Yes. I am dead on board. Okay. Well, that was super close. I did give them an extra River's Rebuke turn because I didn't flash in my 2/2, which probably lost me the game because I was one turn off of winning. I think that genuinely would have let me win the game had I correctly sequenced, killed the 2/2. Once I let them actually attack, kill the 2/2, cut down something else a turn earlier. I'm not getting Rivers Rebuked, and then I can have an extra turn of actually casting meaningful spells, as I know they won't get bounced. So that was a huge blunder. I really think I should have won this. Yeah, I think I messed that up. Also, I don't really know what on earth my opponent's doing with this card in their deck. This doesn't work with it. This doesn't work with it. I guess technically that does. Yeah, this doesn't make sense, but of course, as per usual, none of my opponents are punished for playing Cascade in decks with counterspells, so. We didn't get any help from them having a janky list there either, so that's unfortunate. I like that deck, though. I haven't seen that before. Not Thassa as the commander. That was a cool game, though. That was a cool game. I like that. Just wish I would have won it. Super close. I really think I would have, too. Oh, well. Really think I blundered that one. For some reason, I thought I needed to use the treasure tokens to cast everything, and I didn't, because my cut down is Convoke. What does this do? Well, that's the strongest thing you can possibly do. Opponent has it. Why wouldn't they? So do we, at least. That's the bright side. I can harass their commander, right? Till end of turn, vigilance, top card. Alright, they don't cast it. Makes sense. Let us go get Temple Garden. Can play this first. And then I Convoke. Alright. Okay, so we're ahead faster here. Just gotta really capitalize on it. We did get the dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can cast it next turn as a 12/12. 12/12 on turn 3 is probably too good for mono green to deal with. Like, there's nothing they can do to stop it. It's just going to happen. Like, this just has to be obscenely powerful here, right? No prey upons, no removal. It even has ward 2, so, like, Beast Within can't even do anything right now. Actually, yes it can. This taps for 2. Oh, no, wait, no. Creatures only. Never mind. Doesn't work. Steel Leaf Champion. That's interesting. And kind of weird. Alright, my opponent actually almost has literal 12 power on turn 3 themselves. Kind of insane. So if I get... No, this is auras only. Yeah, it's auras only. I can't get Cryptolith right or anything. My opponent literally put more than 12 power in play. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yep, well, I'm going to make you block or take 12 twice. Take 12 twice it is. Okay, so token, thing, and then captain, and I don't really see any incentive to play the Pilgrim, as I don't think there are any auras in my entire deck at this point. I don't think there are. Could be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 8 mana to cast this. That is indestructible and can block, but it only counts as 5 for this thing. They also can't really swing because Emmara will just come back, and they probably don't want that to be a thing. Oh, look, my opponent killed my 12/12. Is mono green without losing their own creature because it has Death Touch and indestructible. That is absolutely insane. It is completely insane to me my opponent actually succeeded in killing this as mono green. That is insane. Wow. And they killed it on turn 4. As degenerate as my opener was, my opponent is literally doing some crazy, crazy stuff here. That's just insane to me that they were able to kill that. That is completely insane. It's not the end of the world, though, because, again, if I ever get Splendor going, I think we're in a really good spot here. Actually kind of surprised that they let me do this. Well, not really. It'll still swing at me. I think I would anyways. As well. Alright. So, found a land. Of course, it's tapped. Why wouldn't it be? Guess we start with this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. March of the Multitude's probably the right play here. And we just pass. We get our land, and then I do nothing. I just maybe surprise March for 3. It's just 3 1/1s. Which, as it stands, is probably good enough to not die to anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Never mind. If they are Craterhoof, we are dead. I'd be kind of surprised to see Craterhoof in this kind of like mid-rangey green deck. But, I mean, they're playing against me, so I don't see why it wouldn't just happen out of nowhere. I didn't even read this. Counters on creatures. Okay. This isn't even a guarantee I win, but it's obviously something my opponent must deal with, otherwise they basically lose on the spot. Especially if they have to, like, block to survive. Look at the top 3 cards. Okay. This is a cool deck. I like what's going on here. Had some neat opponents so far. Three. Yep. Oh no, 4. I can do it for 4. Excuse me. I forgot about the cult leader's token. Alright, imagine I had Crater Hoof right now. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Alright, well, I don't have to worry about, like, mana tithe or anything, obviously. Let's get a white or a green. Let's get a green. Alright. Do we instantly win? They still have a bunch of 1/1 counters, so not really. But okay, that doesn't. Sure. Yep, you got it. We did it. Yep, we did it. My opponent, like, roped out twice. I don't really know what was so difficult to think about at this point. Oh, it doesn't show me what this card was. I really wish I knew. But, yeah, this was a very, very good opener. Like, the ability to kill my 12/12 to me is just completely wild that they were able to do that. That's crazy. But, perfect sweepers, perfect spot removal, perfect planeswalkers to find the perfect card. You got it. They even had the perfect sweeper post, like they had authority of the councils, and they had a sweeper. Like they literally had the perfect draw. Like, they top decked the perfect card 5 turns in a row. That's just ridiculous. That is so, like, they never hit a land, right? Nope, no land. Just 5 cards in a row that I can't beat. I wish I was that good. I do sure wish I was that good at the game. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I was about to say leaving a wash away or something. That'd be weird. I guess I'd take Knight Errant. I have 2 creatures, it'd be 3. And then, yeah, fine. You. And then I cast this. Oh, that's not very exciting. Not really a surprise, though. I don't think this card is particularly strong in my deck anyways, but it is just a Convoking 4/4, which is, I guess, good enough sometimes. Okay, so I can find, like, Crater Hoof or something, and it technically is uncounterable as things stand. Let us play Mana Dork. And let us play Novice Inspector. And let us swing. For, I guess, these. Okay. That's a weird card. It's adorable. The old divination. Alright, well, a chump block leads me to believe my board is going to get hosed, but I do at least, No, this isn't till end of turn. Oh, come on! Why can't I have the end of turn one when I need it? Oh, come on. I mean, I still cast it, right? Oh, wait, that's not a... Wait, what? Okay, that's not at all what I anticipated. That's... Okay, yeah, sure. I guess I take that thing? And just use it post-sweeper or something? Oh, look, we drew it again. Look at that. Alright, I will... Crack a clue. Nothing. Alright, my whole hand is basically instant speed, so I guess that's a positive for what it's worth. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7, 8 mana, so I can actually get Crater Hoof. I don't want to get the white one because this makes it uncounterable. So my opponent needs answers that are not counter spells to come out of this. Well, there's no Settle the Wreckage. It just never sees play. It could be Tail's End. I think it's a spot removal spell, though, which isn't enough. Oh, no, it is a Tail's End. Well, in a sense. It's a Tail's End and a removal spell. Okay, well, that's nutty. Making one creature token doesn't really do anything, so I'll just swing all out. Alright, my opponent survived the Crater Hoof that was uncounterable by stifling it, then killing it. I don't think they had to kill it with the removal spell, though. That's a little weird. But I guess it is a 5/5 and they're at 12. Yeah, they probably just had to. They're dying to their one ring at this point. They really need a board wipe like this turn, and then they need to start stabilizing with some life gain. With like the spamming Sphinx's Rev style, whatever that thing does. Okay, well, obviously go to attacks. Okay. Wait, what? That's all you're doing? Shoot. Okay, maybe I should have swung with more. And yeah, pass. Now we leave up our stuff yet again. Alright, so they have 2 turns to stabilize. I would love to see my opponent... Oh, wait, no, I don't want to channel. I don't want to channel. Maybe I do it for 4? I don't know. I'll respect the Spell Pierce. Like 5 is the same as 7 right now. I'll just respect like some counter spells, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Like they're just dead if they don't deal with this anyways. Alright, Court of Calling does get the other card that wins the game immediately, so let's do it for 8. Do they have yet another Stifle? Teferi's Protection would also do it as well. I don't think there's much of a difference between Elesh Norn and Moonshaker. This kills what's in play for... Oh, no, I mean, it actually doesn't. Maybe there isn't much of a difference. I don't know, I'm just going to get the one that costs more and only works once. Because it's lethal right now, and I have lethal in play regardless. Elesh Norn would get around a Stifle, though, but it doesn't get around a removal spell. Okay, sure. Alright, so I think we win. Unless my opponent somehow doesn't die to their own 1 ring on their own upkeep. Oh no, they're just dead on board. Okay. They're just dead on board. You got it. Alright, it's safer to play this than Llanowar Elves. However, this game, my deck specifically likes creatures a little bit more. I mean, they kind of do the same thing regardless, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. I guess I actually take the Conclave Tribunal. I almost want to hit the Llanowar Elves here too, which is kind of funny. It depends what they do, though, I guess. Alright, well, sure. There goes that strategy. Okay, yep. Again, this is a literally nothing matters except to use just scam your opponent. 6 ways to Sunday. I guess I play this, see if I can't resolve it. I don't even know if this is counter-worthy, to be honest with you. Opponent doesn't think so. Alright, so you need one of the 4 flicker effects in the game, or 5 flicker spells. You need something relevant in hand to actually flicker. Do we have the things we need? Land. Alright, we have our commander. We have the cloak trigger. Do we have one of our 5 flicker spells, or 4 flicker spells? Does this force the issue? Suppose it does. My opponent has... Well, they might not have an instant. It's actually hard to tell because of the food token. So let's play this. I guess I'm just going to... I mean, this is just so stupid here. There's just nothing I can really do. There's just nothing I can do, no matter how I slice it, so... Like, targeting their thing doesn't save me from a flicker on said spell. But, like, I guess I just force it, right? No, I would rather target this, and then I can just target the face-down card later. I think that's fine. If only this flickered artifact, or enchantments. If only. Because if they did have a flicker, they can obviously just negate this and it wouldn't matter. Alright, another one was really nice. Okay, it looks like they didn't have anything to flip this face up. And again, it can't be the scariest card. I mean, I do answer it even if it happens. Alright, so it's an honest card. It's an honest card. I will not block it. Oh, okay. I actually get to exile it too. Nice. Oh, wait, nope, guess not. Okay, they had one of the flicker cards. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? Just one of them. Fortunately, they're using it on things that do not in any way, in my opinion, matter. So that's pretty good. Let us play Thick Boy or just deal with O'Hare so it doesn't win the game as it hits me over and over. Okay, we're going to play this first. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to ignore it. Nice, yep. I'm just going to ignore their O'Hare. So my opponent had literally the thing. They had the busted 1 mana card. They had the 1 of 4 or I think 5 flicker spells in your entire deck, because I'm pretty familiar with this commander. And they also had something in hand. But that something in hand wasn't really that strong. And we were able to kind of force it out of their hand anyways. So that worked out really nicely. Alright, I'm going to keep this just because I want to... just because I want to, that's it. No, because I want to have a early board and go wide here against what is essentially shotgun you for 27 on turn 5. Alright, this is a good sign, unless they have Wash Away. Then it is no longer a good sign. Okay, maybe I play... No, I'm just going to play this. It just gives me more options. Okay, I didn't hit the O-Ring. Knight Errant's not looking great. None of this is great. I guess the Surprise March will wind up being useful with Scute Swarm or something. Field of Ruin is the strangest card in a 4-color deck. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully it hinders my opponent's strategy a little, because that I don't agree with that in the slightest. What does this do? Add 1 of any color. Okay, so I'll just Swords that so they can't cast their commander. This deck doesn't run any board wipes, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, they didn't have a land. Ended up paying off quite nicely. I cannot deal with this. Let's play you, and I guess I won't swing because I would like to throw my commander in the way if they were 2/2. They only get 1 treasure that way. They draw some cards here, so it's very likely Aragorn resolves, but if I can kill the treasure producer in the meantime, that's pretty nice. They get rid of Rocco and Esper Sentinel. You got it. My opponent's strategy just like doesn't work unless their commander is really in play, so I fully expect maybe this time I get a free block, unlike last time. Surely it happens right now, where I don't lose my commander for blocking a 2/2. Alright. As expected. Okay, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. This is free. This is free. And then we cast it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Alright, so we have a bunch of tokens. My opponent probably not too concerned with, as again, they don't really go crazy or anything like that. Swing. And maybe I just swing all out. Yeah, why not? But look at that. Yep. We swords the mana dork, they stumbled, and then we just got the punish. We just punished all of that. Nice. Alright. They baby raged, and we won. Real nice. Okay, so I really like this deck. I really, really like this commander. I like how you can play any one drop that's a creature, and it just lets you cast this on 2. It doesn't need to be a mana dork, right? This actually just exacerbates my point that 1-mana mana dorks are the strongest thing in this format. So if you always have one, literally always, it's just really good. Especially how it continues to tap for mana, not just for your 2/3, but the spell that you randomly discover. A lot of these discoveries are not really great, right? Especially when I'm not finding a bunch of time to actually get them going. But some of them are, right? Like the Imperosaur was decent, the O-Ring was decent, the Knight Errant wasn't, this wasn't. This was situational, but I did like it more than I didn't. Actually, so was this. The Explosive Vegetations, I actually really liked as well. Overwhelm, I don't get this card. I don't know why I'm tapping 3 of my 7 attackers to give the other 3+3/+3. Like, this card makes no sense to me. I just don't get it. It doesn't even give trample. This just seems like the design of this card makes no sense. I get having a big token army and just tapping 7 of them and swinging with the other 10. Like, I get it. But most games, you are not going to have a big wide board. And if you do, well, guess what? You have a big wide board. You don't really need to overwhelm it to kill your opponent. Sometimes that happens, but 90% of the time it won't, right? This is not Craterhoof Behemoth. It's very weird. This one, which also felt completely useless, and this one, which probably situational. I never went for it. It's not, I don't know. I think the other options, I think I always had a better option than this, so But these two were just really good. So I really like the draft. The spell book, the options of spell book are actually pretty nice. I really do like them. The top end was fine. I never really got a consistent Song of Freyleaf, Cryptolith's Right, bunch of tokens, spam, surprise, Craterhoof, but everything else I was doing was fine. Again, with the Explosive Vegetations, I could somewhat reasonably get to big stuff without my crazy turning everything into a mana dork, so that was pretty nice. This deck can absolutely not run anything that costs more than like 3. Probably can just stay on 1 and 2 and just keep all like the weird Convoke spells that cost more than that. Excuse me. And just Convoke like crazy. Like, you could probably get the Imperosaur in play on turn 3 or at least turn 2. Excuse me, turn 4. So like anywhere from 3, 4, and 5. Moderately consistent, especially with the flicker effects. And if you just want to do that every game, you probably can. Or at least, you know, give yourself more of a chance to do that by just shaving a lot of the top end. I'd still keep Teleportation Circle. I think flickering this is very important. You don't want to always rely on your opponent killing it. But if they do have a 3/3 or higher, then every time you block with it, it will die, right? That is a positive. And as long as your whole board doesn't get hosed, all of the convoking tokens, 1/1s, and jazz that you've been playing actually lets you discount Emmara, because it just taps to cast this again because it has Convoke. You can cast this 3 times in a game without ever tapping a land to do so. So that's really, really nice. Obviously, Scute Swarm is a little disgusting when it gets going. With Scute Swarm in mind, you can probably play more fetch lands. They're all like tapped at this point, right? I'm actually even running some that enter tapped, but I'm not running all of them. Because you need a turn 1 and turn 2 land untapped if you want to play this on turn 2, and I think you want to do that every game. So it's kind of hard to make room for all of those fetch lands just for something like Skewed Swarm. But if this gets going, it is extremely powerful. Yeah, I mean, it just is good as a card, but obviously with Convoking, it's just really, really, really good. And then, like, Critter Roof and stuff. So that was pretty neat. The Uncounterable Jazz, I've never been a big fan of, but this is a 1-drop that basically acts as a Llanowar Elves, so it's basically free to do so, in my opinion. I think there's a 2-mana one, the Enchantment, that does something similar. I can't remember the name of it, but I actually kind of like the scam the counterspell decks they can't actually do anything strategy, as Malcolm is all over the place right now. And with Malcolm in mind, I think it would make sense to maybe worry about it. I still don't like Veil of Summer, but you might be able to get away with some of that there. I never got an Adeline scam win game, which doesn't really surprise me. Actually, I'm not even sure if I ever cast this card, actually. Guardian of the Great Door. I had a lot of success with this in the Ixalan draft, but as a card in this deck, it's very steep. You need to tap 4, which is kind of a lot, and it's an additional cast. So you need to tap 2 lands, which are both double white, and then you need to tap 4 artifacts, creatures, or lands. So most of that's going to be creatures, obviously, and then some additional lands or something like that. But the payoff for all of that is just not really that exciting. Like, this just doesn't feel good. It is basically pseudo Convoke, goofy Convoke, but I just don't really like it. I don't think it's that great. I probably won't put it in the list I upload. I just really don't think it's really that good, so yeah, I'm taking that out. But everything else felt really nice. Maybe there's better 1-drops than just the Thraben Inspectors, right? Like, maybe these aren't the first choices to go with, but they are 1-mana cards that do sort of replace themselves, and I guess they do have artifacts to enter, and I can flicker spam this to draw cards, but I mean, if I'm flicker spamming something, it's probably going to be Emmara. I don't see a scenario which Emmara is not in play, and I'm cracking clues to draw cards. I don't know what we're doing at that point. I think that's about it. I like the Overwhelming Splendor scam. It can just win games, right? It can just win out of nowhere, but it can also just not be in here, and you can run a bunch of other cheap creatures that are just letting you easily Convoke faster. So I don't think this is all in on the Convoke thing, which I personally didn't really want to do, which is why it looks like this. I think this is a happy medium, but there is certainly a way to make it far more Convoke-y-esque. So that's it. I like it. I would recommend it. I think this is actually one of the good commanders in recent history that has a unique play style. This is not a token strategy, and it is not like white-green aggro nonsense. It's just like Convoke mid-range jank. It's fun, and it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. So I do recommend this if you want to play something green-white that is somewhat different. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.